Hey guys, I've really been struggling the last few days. Um, yeah, I feel like I've just kind of taken on someone else's energy, maybe, or our energies together, created a certain type of effect in the body. Um, there's someone that I connect with quite a bit in not like in a personal relationship way, but like in a healing space, um, where we take turns holding space for each other. And I would say our consciousness levels are very similar-ish, if we want to talk about it like that. And so it's a space I really appreciate. Um, and the thing is, sometimes you don't really know what happened until long after the fact, and you don't know the kind of process you're going through, and how it's healing you and how it's upgrading your consciousness, until there's been some more time to integrate. And it's been so frustrating for me the last couple of days. I've been trying to make videos and I've just been feeling so blocked. It's like our energies, me and this other person, when we sit together, it's like our energies penetrated into each other so fucking deeply that maybe it brought up some extremely deep stuff in my psyche, like almost like their energy touched in so deep. And I've had this happen before one other time to this depth, but in the time before, it happened like in the heart. This time it feels like it happened more, it was like more third eye. And I think maybe this connection is a more third eye connection. I can't quite tell. Yeah, and so I've just had all this like shame come up, this density, this heaviness, like I'm just like moving through molasses. And it's just been a lot. And there's been this part of me that has wanted to say, oh, I must have took on their energy. And I don't know, maybe. And as I'm talking about it now, I'm realizing, it could just be some connections. They just, a lot of connections, but some connections in particular, they just touch in really deep, and they trigger up some very deep stuff in our energy body. And it could be some entanglement stuff happening. Sometimes when you have awakened Kundalini and another person has awakened Kundalini and you connect deeply, there can be some Kundalini enmeshment, Kundalini entanglement, where you're kind of getting hooked into each other a bit or a lot. And that happens more in romantic connection in my experience. This has been, like I said, just a healing connection. We've literally never had like a personal chat about where do you live, what do you do, all this kind of stuff, Now, in those connections where you're holding space, of course, all kinds of energies can come up: desire, sexual attraction, romantic stories, and that's kind of one of the gifts of a healing container, where you're just holding space and you're not going off into a personal thing with the person. Is those energies can come up and just kind of be seen, be witnessed, but you're not moving on them. You're not, hey, you want to go on a date or whatever. You're just letting them come up and they're moving through in the field. And maybe some deep stuff like that for us both came up. Some deep subconscious, unconscious desires came up in the field, and we got like hooked into each other. These kinds of things can happen. Yeah, so I just made a deal with myself. I'm just gonna make for this video, I'm just making this video. I don't care what I say, how I feel about it. I'm posting it because I've made so many videos and not posted them because I've just been in this place of real uncertainty and insecurity and like a lot of shame thoughts I'm getting identified with recently. And so my body was like, we're talking about this, we're just gonna share as honestly as we can, and we're fucking posting it and moving forward. Like that's what we're doing now. Yeah, so it's interesting to go through something like this and to not really know, and to just kind of continue to be present with it, to be kind of curious about it, to let it bring up everything it's brought up for me in the last few days. Yeah, and yeah, just let it be what it needs to be. Some things happen just to kind of break us down. We're just over and over on this path. I'm taken into the unknown, and I'm continually humbled. I'm continually humbled. And it was humbling the last couple of days not being able to make a video because I felt so blocked, because I felt so in my head about this. I felt so much inner judgment about this. Like I shouldn't be in this energetic state right now. I should be more clear, you know? Lots of the inner critic got triggered. Yeah, and there was this thought, did I take on the other person's shame, or did our energies trigger my own shame? And fuck if I know. I think maybe the latter, right? It's almost like we can't take on another's unless it like matches our own thing we've got going on, like geometry, like perfect geometry. Things tend not to stick to us if we're free in that space. Like I'll sit with a lot of people in terror, like gripping terror, and their terror doesn't really stick to me because, you know, I'm free in a lot of dimensions I'm free in a lot of those places, you know. I'm free. I'm not scared of a lot of things that I used to be scared of on the path. We'll just say it like that. Because I've been through that fire of liberation, of alchemy. So I think I'm in another fire of alchemy, and yeah, if I didn't have shame dwelling deep, deep, deep down in my body, like almost in my bones, I don't think another shame would stick to me. So ultimately, I really feel this is about my own stuff, you know? This is about my own thing. It's so easy to point a finger and be like, it's because I took on that or that, and it's like, well, maybe. But if you did, it's for a reason. It's trying to teach you something. It's trying to show you your own stuff, you know, where you're not free. Yeah, if we're free, things just tend to flow right through, you know, or they burn up in our field. They don't really stick. They only stick when there's something to stick to. You know what I mean? Someone else's shame doesn't stick unless there's your own shame in your body that it can get stuck on and clung to. And I think that's maybe, yeah, there we go. That's what's happening. It's just like, and maybe the same happened for them. I have no idea. That's the thing with our kind of healing container that we have, and whatever, how it is. It's like, I have no idea what's going on with them about this, no idea. But I'm noticing for me, it's like, yeah, it feels true that we're just kind of showing each other where we still got stuff going on, you know, shadow stuff. And that someone else's Kundalini energy can really do that. And it can be downright gnarly, it can be messy. It can feel, you could probably, you know, have you ever been merged with someone else's Kundalini? It'll happen. But it's its own cleansing process, its own purifying process. It's just illuminating a lot for you. And it's helping you get free of a lot of energies that you were carrying. Whenever you get in these entanglements and meshments, you know, you're gonna come out the other side more free, with much more awareness, much more relational intelligence, consciousness, etc. Yeah, so I'm actually, as I'm making this video, I can actually confidently say we are rendering each other a deep service. Like I said, I don't know, maybe they're going through something totally, maybe there's nothing for them, you know? But I can just say for me, the connection's rendering me a deep service because it's showing me my own darkness. And yeah, and it's been humbling for me. It's slowed me down. Heaviness will slow you down. It'll make you reflect. It'll deepen you. Anything that's heavy and dark and frustrating and a bit prolonged deepens you, expands you, and liberates you. And so, yeah, I've just been wanting to make this video about what's going on. Sometimes I'm up here making energy update, a little channeling, and then sometimes I'm up here like, guys, I gotta clean this conduit out. So this channel's quite dynamic. It's not one thing. So sometimes I'm up here irritating the fuck out of people about certain perspectives. My bad. I know we don't agree on everything. How could we? I lost so many subscribers. Oh, that was something. Yeah. It's like sometimes, like, I don't know, I'm sorry guys. I don't choose what I talk about. Like today, it's like God's like, you're talking about this. I don't care if you don't know what the fuck's going on. You're just sharing. Sometimes that's what happens. And it's like, I'm sorry if I say things that trigger you. But that's cool. I mean, sometimes it's like empowering to unsubscribe from someone, you know? I've had that experience where it's like, I am owning this truth. We all get to be roles for each other, you know? Healer role, teacher role, I don't like that guy role. Whatever. It's all equally valuable. No role is better than another, you know? Whatever. We're all just walking each other home. That's what me and this other are doing, where I feel like our Kundalini's got a bit mergy. Just walking each other home. It's like her energies went in to show me where I still kind of can do this in a way, I guess you could say. It's another way of looking at it. Just like the ultimate purification, cleaning process, like cleaning up all these places in my own consciousness. That's what a good healing partner will do. And sometimes healing, it's like the real healing is gritty. It's in the gunk, you know. Healing isn't always just like, oh, I feel amazing after that. No, sometimes healing takes us into the fucking our deepest shame wounds, our deepest stuff. That's the real healing. That's where we really, really, really get free, when we really go down into it, and finding people that can take us down into it, like are willing to go. Almost getting chills saying this. That was the one thing why I even wanted to connect with this person. I could feel their willingness to fucking go for it. And we went for it. Our energies went for it and went into some really deep darkness. And so 1333, I think that's good for now. That's the video. Let me think. It's more like I feel, if that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. All right, sending you all love. Thanks for joining the Patreon and the WhatsApp support group. Great to see connection happening over there. It's super easy. It's like you get notifications, someone posts. I don't know if I need to describe that for you guys. It's just something to really feel plugged into, and you can bring your stuff when you're going through it, and you'll usually get a pretty good response. Thanks for the donations. Thank you, Laura, for your recent donation. That was really kind of you. It was really helpful. Bought me some gas. Thank you. Thanks for booking sessions. Those are always an honor. Always an honor to serve and to sit with you guys in that capacity. And to help you through your own stuff. Who knows what you're going through? We're all going through it. We're all at our evolutionary edge. We're all being brought something that's humbling us, taking us into the unknown, breaking us down, and ultimately liberating and expanding us. 1444. Great. I love you. Namaste.